What's up, bam? Look at that fresh beard trim. If you're following me on Instagram, you know I got a fresh trim, looking good, looking clean. Papa Swoleo is looking sexy, I know.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
What's the difference between now and yesterday? You were sexy yesterday, Papa Swoleo. Papa Swoleo, you were looking fine in 367. Well, Papa Swoleo was looking fine in 368 too. It's blowing up on a Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining. Remember, don't forget to like, share, and use the hashtag Daily Swole Club to get your one-on-one FaceTime chat with Papa Swoleo. Get this beard all up on your iPad or your phone, and I'll help you with whatever you need. It's awesome. Come on into the door. I have an amazing episode today. It's all about not lifting pretty much like stupid dumb fucks on Instagram and YouTube, and I want to talk about building butt. We're talking about that booty today. It's not hump day, but I decided I could not wait. Maybe we'll do a two-part series, a two-part butt series, but we're gonna get yoked today. I'm gonna explain how to maximize your yokeness right here on episode 360 Ocho. So we got people in here. Am I not seeing? Float some thumbs if you're here. There we go. Now, what's up, Doug? What's going on? What's up, Papa? What's up, DP? DD, double D. Dougie Dougs. It's beautiful out. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful out here today. It is hot. Ooh, I need some coffee. 1 second. Who's drinking their coffee today? I know some of you are on Pacific time. I know it's around noon. It's noon on Eastern time. But coffee's on the menu. So make sure you like and share this broadcast, hashtag Daily Swole Club. It's going to get lit in about 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everyone, to episode 368 of the Daily Mother Swole. Swole. The most muscular podcast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. Getting yoked like it ain't no joke. Today's episode 368 is going to be lit like a tit. Going to pinch my nipples. Ooh, very excited about this one. Ooh, sensitive today. It must rain. It must be. It's gonna rain tomorrow. My nips get sensitive when it's about to rain. So I hope you're all ready for the knowledge nukes I'm gonna drop on you today on episode 368. Gonna get yoked from our head to our feet, cause today, oh yes, today Papa Swoleo is gonna go balls deep. All the way through, gonna drop some sick knowledge nukes right on you. What's going on, Chase? What's up, Chad? That's the intro. That's my story. I'm sticking to it, and here we go. Episode 368, live on Facebook, 12 noon Eastern time every day, right here on Facebook. Thanks for watching on YouTube at Swolenormous and listening to the podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes. Deadlifts and butt exercises. You want a butt. Let's talk about wanting a butt. Let's talk about wanting a booty, and let's talk about what it means to work that ass, to get a butt, and why you'd want to get a butt. They're honking at me because I'm taking up too much space. You can drive by, bro. You can still fit past. I'm not flexing right now. Just go now before I hit another front double bicep. Whatever. You took the next turn. If you want a butt, and the reason why you would want a butt is because the glutes are the base of the core. So I have mentioned so many times before, the glutes stabilize the core. If you want to prevent back pain, if you want to prevent knee pain, ankle pain, even shoulder and neck pain, you need to have strong glutes. The glutes are the king of the jungle. Put the crown, put the mane on the butt. The glutes control everything. So if you have lower back pain, chances are your glutes are weak. If you have knee pain and knee issues and knee stability issues, chances are your glutes are weak. Your glutes control the femur, your glutes control the lumbar spine and its balance. So it's the foundation. When people talk about core, they think six-pack. No. The core, the base is the hips. It comes from the glutes. The glutes have to stabilize the pelvis, and the pelvis is the base of the core. The core is stacked upon the pelvis. So if you want to train your glutes, you have to activate your glutes. We've talked about activating the glutes. I have some videos on my YouTube channel, the single leg hip bridge, the single leg squat, and the single leg balance reach. And this is gonna be expounded and gone into some more depth this week in my premium group, and also in Swole and Mobility. Gonna be doing some breakdown and demos and explaining a little bit more about how this stabilization exercise, how this activation works to fire the glutes to keep support. Now, you want strong glutes, but I know when you think about training your glutes, you're thinking about having big glutes. You want to have a big butt. You want to have a butt that looks good. You want to look sexy. You want to put on those heels, ladies, and have a nice butt. And guys, you want to fit into those jeans and you want to have a nice physique. You want to have aesthetic appeal. You want to have those aesthetics, that bodybuilding, that nice proportionate look. I get it. So how do they relate? How does strength and size and shape relate? Well, in order to have a shapely butt, in order to have a stable, strong core, you need the same thing. You need to activate the right muscle. And all too often, what I see when people are doing deadlifts, and these sumo deadlifts, regular deadlifts, it doesn't matter what kind of deadlifts there are, even like stiff leg deadlifts, any kind of like hip hinge exercise, which I'm gonna demonstrate. I hope you can see me because it's really bright out here. People overextend. They use too much of their lower back, and they put so much of their lower back into it. What happens is they're working their glutes, but they're overextending. Instead of coming up with it and pushing the hips forward, they do this swing backwards, because they see a lot of these fucking bimbo chicks on Instagram doing these glute exercises, or these guys that are overextending. People exaggerate. And I wanted to be clear, a lot of these people, first off, don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Secondly, they're videotaping themselves, or they have someone videotaping them that don't know what the fuck anything about fitness. They're just holding a camera recording. So they don't know when the form is bad. And the people that are actually doing the exercises, that are, you know, it's their account, I don't care if they're popular or not, they don't know the proper exercise, they don't know the proper form, so they don't know that what they're doing is wrong. They don't know that they've developed bad habits over time. And I'm not saying they're bad people, I just say they have shitty form, okay? So when it comes to exercise form, it's very important, and I feel that people have more of a responsibility than they realize to post how it's done properly. And I know everyone wants to show, oh, this is how you do it, this is how I do it. Well, maybe you have an extra lenient lumbar spine that doesn't herniate when you do terrible form, because you don't want to be showing people the way that I'm seeing it in the videos. And I've kind of gotten a little bit up to here with deadlift form, so I want to demonstrate. I have a bar right here. I just want to do some kind of general demonstration, but I want to explain it to you so you can understand when I demonstrate. I'm just going to exaggerate. I'm going to exaggerate extra what people do wrong. Okay, so it's gonna be hard for me to see what I'm doing here, but I'm just gonna do like kind of like a caricature of what I mean by improper form. So let me just tilt this down a little bit. Okay, and what I want you to do is I want you to look at my hip hinge. I want you to look at the hip extension. What you need to do is bring the knees up into the quad and the glutes come forward to meet that force from the force coming up from the quadricep and from the knee. You don't want to swing like Wayne's World, right? Okay. Let's see. All right, you can see me. So proper form would be this, just from a standard deadlift. If you're down, back is flat, and you're coming up, see how I have the hips forward? The pressure and the force comes up through the knee and for the quad, and as the hips come forward, that force collides. So you have that tilting of the pelvis and the meeting of the forces, okay? So you want this to keep the bar close to the body, to come up. There's no weight on it, so it's kind of hard to find the right spot, but let it hang, coming up, and I'm here. What you're gonna see a lot of is this. You get a lot of that, even with the sumo when they go really wide. You get a lot of that. So the point is, and float some thumbs and some hearts if you could see what I did accurately, because the phone's very dim, and I'm telling you, it's 12 noon Eastern time down here in Florida. It is bright, it is hot, so it's hard to see the phone, but I think I had the right lineup. Okay, some thumbs. Okay, I think it was good. But you get the idea. And when I do this demonstration in premium and in my other groups, it's going to be a little bit more, segmented. Excuse me. Break it down a little bit more in some more detail and some more parts. But you get the idea. You should not be doing this leaning back, because what you're doing is, the point is, the hips don't have that kind of range of motion. The hips don't have that kind of range of motion. The hips don't have that type of extension. Your hips have about 30 degrees. Like, your leg can move about 30 degrees backwards. And the problem is, once you go through that range of motion, once you max out with as far as you should be with your hip extension, your lower back is going to take over. So once you can't get any more, your lower back is going to have to get into play. And that's not what you want. You want to get your back out of the picture. Your lower back has nothing to do with this exercise. And it comes down to a couple different problems. If you are unable to feel it in your glutes, if you're unable to activate your glutes properly, you should not be doing deadlifts or any kind of those barbell free weight exercises, period. You need to do gluteal activation exercises. You need to do supine hip bridges, single leg squats, single leg deadlifts, single leg balance reach. Some of these exercises I've gone over in my premium group and in my Swole group. You have to do glute activation exercises. That will tell the brain that the glutes need to fire. Then you can start building up into some more strength exercises. Because the problem is, you have a lot of people, and a lot of you, and a lot of these freaking clowns on Instagram and YouTube doing these exercises, and their body isn't even firing properly. And I don't care. I don't fucking care if the girl has the biggest, most beautiful, perfect ass. I don't care if the guy has, really strong, round-looking glutes. Just because you see glutes, just because you see fat or muscle, doesn't mean their glutes are activating properly in relation in the strength pulley system, so to speak, in that equilibrium in their body. Just because they have what looks like a butt doesn't mean their butt is firing properly, doesn't mean their form is good, and doesn't mean that their lower back is in a nice neutral position. The problem with a lot of these videos is that they're wearing Lululemon fucking pants that cinches the waist and lifts up the butt, so it makes their butt look bigger than it is. And then you got these tiny little girls arching their back, so it makes their butt look big when they don't have a butt. They just have fucking hip bones, and they're popping their lower back out a lot. And then they're doing these exercises wrong where they're arching their back like crazy. It's fucking ridiculous. And when I see that, and I did that, band yoga pants, this, that, and the other, when I see that, it's because it's genetic. They're doing bullshit exercise, they're doing shit incorrectly, and it's genetic. They have a butt because their mother and their dad boned, and their DNA is predisposed to having a butt like that. Because 99% of the people in this world will not have what they have, especially doing the shitty exercise that they're doing. So I encourage you, when you're doing deadlifts, when you're doing sumo deadlifts, when you're doing RDLs, doesn't matter what you're doing, you need to make sure your stomach is engaged. You need to make sure your pelvis is posterior tilted. You need to make sure your hips are neutral and you're activating your glutes. If you don't know what glute activation is, if you don't know what that type of gluteal firing means, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to sign up for my Swolenormous premium group so we can break this down further. And that's a link in my profile, 7-day free trial for my accountability group, exercise demos, and 24/7 365 support with nutrition Q&As and all that great shit. I've been talking about it a lot because it's fucking awesome and it's going lit in there. So the link is in the description, 7-day free trial, but exercise demos, breaking all this shit down all the time, videos in the photos and the albums tab. It's great. If you don't know about this stuff, you have to invest in your body. And that's what I've been talking about. If you want fitness, if you enjoy fitness, if you take it seriously, you have to take it to that next level. You have to invest your time into it. You have to invest your time into it. You have to research it. You have to put effort into it. If you don't put effort into it, you're not going to see change and you're going to get hurt. And I'm telling you, if you don't know what glute activation is, you're not activating your glutes. Simple. If you don't know, if anything I just said is new, you're like, what the hell does glute activation mean? You're not doing it right. You're not doing it properly. And what you need to do is sign up and learn. You need to learn, because if you're doing squats, if you're doing deadlifts, if you're doing any kind of glute exercises, but you don't know what glute activation is, if you're doing any glute exercises and you're not activating your glutes properly, you're at risk for knee injuries, you're at risk for lower back injuries, and even maybe shoulder and neck pain. And I'm not talking about like an acute injury, I'm talking about chronic pain. chronic pain, like my lower back always hurts, or my neck always hurts, or my shoulder always hurts. I'm telling you, everything is connected. So make sure you do not pass this opportunity up. Make sure you don't pass this opportunity up to at least take it upon yourself to start researching and learning more about your body. Because this is the type of shit you don't hear about. This is the type of shit that people don't push because it's not fancy, it's not exciting, it's not, oh wow, glute activation, that's so sexy, I'm gonna look so good in a bikini. Oh wow, I'm gonna get a ripped six pack because it's glute activation. No, it's not glamorous. It's not something that you're gonna be in a mirror curling and be like, yeah, I look fucking beautiful, bro. I can't wait to go clubbing tonight. No, you're actually gonna, this is the kind of shit that prevents pain and injury and gets you more results in the long term and helps you do the exercises properly so you get the most results. You know, if you want those stupid frilly bullshit workouts, then go on Instagram and YouTube and type in fucking beach workout. If you want bullshit. If you want science and you want proven scientific fucking approach to exercise with no bullshit and with some fucking awesome beard and aviator action, long hair action, you come to Papa Swole. But no, seriously, this is what you need to do. You need to activate your glutes. You need to make sure that your brain is connected to the glutes before you start loading them with weight. Because if you don't, you're doing the exercises with compensating movements. You're using your lower back too much. You're using your hamstrings too much. If you pull your hamstrings too often, if you hurt your lower back a lot, these are the effects of lack of glute activation. I shit you not. I'm telling you. I'm not saying maybe. I'm telling you this is why. And you have to take advantage of it. Let's fucking Daily Swole Club it. That was awesome. That was a great episode. I loved it. I fucking loved it. Daily Swole Club, let's do that. Let's get someone that wants a one-on-one with Papa Swolio. Remember, if you want to sign up for the 7-day free trial at Premium, link is in the description. It's 7-day free trial and then it's just $11 a month. Just cut out Taco Bell and eating fucking Sour Patch Kids for a week. No, don't eat Sour Patch Kids. Stop eating pizza. Stop eating Starbucks. Stop going to fucking McDonald's and sign up for Premium today. Bum, ba, bum. Preaching hard. Heavy deadlift straps or no straps? I mean, straps just affect your grip and they help you lift with lift more weight without grip strength. You know, when it comes to straps, be very careful of belts and straps and bands and stuff like that. You don't want to overlift what you can't handle. So sometimes straps can be beneficial for like your heavier sets, but I wouldn't use all your sets with straps or depend too much on them all the time, but you can use them intermittently. Sometimes I use them just to avoid, overuse and tendonitis because I'm always on the computer. I do a lot of grip stuff. Dun, 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 dun. This guy's beard has a higher fat content than he does. Amazing. Amazing. Where are my Daily Swole Club peeps at? Daily Swole Club. Daily Swole Club. What I say, let's do some cues. Let's do some questions before I bounce off. Would you say deadlifts are a necessary movement when doing a bodybuilding routine? Tommy, I love deadlifts. I don't do them honestly as much as I used to, but anyone that's taking bodybuilding seriously and looking to make fucking gains, I would recommend doing some kind of a deadlift because it's functional and it's a global movement that works everything synergistically and it's great for building overall mass. So absolutely, like I'm not trying to put on a ton of muscle right now, like get absolutely like a lot bigger. So, but deadlifts are absolutely awesome. If you're not doing deadlifts, you should start, but make sure you're doing it properly. Squeezing the glutes basically, Sharon, it's not just squeezing the glutes, it's activating them. You could squeeze the glutes and still not be activating them properly with too much of a lower back arch. You want to make sure you're getting that posterior tilt and squeezing the glutes. So suck and tuck. Suck the stomach in, tuck the pelvis. But you get that. But you get that, yeah, Dominic, yeah, don't swing. Yeah, but you'll get that kind of posterior tilt if you activate the glutes properly. But that takes time. People don't want to take time doing these non-fancy exercises. Yeah, don't swing. Swing, Wayne, my deadlift forms are bad. Let's do this. Ida Espling. Oh, you signed up for Premium, dear. I think you're aren't you from Sweden, Ida? Ida, congratulations. Ida Espling, you are the winner of the Daily Swole Club. Maybe we'll get a translator on there. I'm just kidding. But Ida, congratulations. Everyone float some thumbs. Congratulations, Ida, for winning the Daily Swole Club today. So Ida, what I want you to do, dear, is to message me on my Facebook page right here. Message me and we'll set up that FaceTime or a voice call. So Ida, congratulations. So everyone float some thumbs. Yay. Ida won. Ida won. Yeah, get your workout in today, Johnny. How would you suggest lifting 150-pound bulletproof windows without straining your back? Bro, make sure you lift with your legs, and I would do deadlifts. I would in your weightlifting routine, I would practice I would do deadlifts. Make sure you lift with your legs with a nice flat back, man. You could use a belt just to add some extra support, but just be careful and make sure you lift everyone. I don't care if you're picking your purse up off the fucking ground, you should be lifting with your legs. And that means proper deadlift form. Rack pulls, Daniel. Rack pulls are a way to increase partial range of motion strength. It's a great way to break through plateaus. Rack pulls are good, especially if you have knee pain or back problems, like existing back problems that you need to, for example, you can't get down to the ground for an actual full deadlift. A rack pull is a great way to either boost through a plateau, even if you have good form, or if you have limited capacity to get down all the way to the ground. Rack pulls can be a great way to modify deadlifts. It's actually a lot less risk on your lower back because of the change of range of motion. If you have perfect form, full deadlifts are fine, but if you have limited range, rack pulls can be beneficial to, one, break through plateaus, but also help people if you have limited range because of flexibility issues. You don't have to pull necessarily from the ground. But if you have issues, but here's the thing, if you have issues with form, you can't get all the way to the ground, honestly, I would say you shouldn't be doing deadlifts anyway. You should be practicing yoga. You should be practicing yoga in order to increase your mobility, because bottom line, this is life. You should be able to lift from the ground. If you can't lift a bar from the ground, how can you lift a pencil off the ground functionally? Because you could hurt your back and throw your back out just as easily picking up a pencil as you can doing deadlifts, just because you're not bracing yourself the same way. Savage Maine, thanks KC. Let's see, Daily Swole Club. All right, everyone, let's say boom. Got some great questions today. Thank you so much for joining. Knees have issues though. Nick, you can keep leaving some comments below. I know you were talking about using straps. So for example, if you have any kind of using straps, using a belt, honestly, if you need to use straps or a belt, drop the weight, focus on form. If you have issues with full form, getting all the way to the ground properly, I recommend practicing yoga. You could check out my 90-day dash program. It has Swolga in it, that's Swole Yoga, and also my live yoga class group called Swolga. We do regular weekly classes and mobility exercises and workouts and demos in there all the time. So I got a lot of stuff. If you're interested in more yoga and more mobility work, you can always message me right here on my Facebook page. But everyone else, honestly, premium is the way to start. Check out my premium membership group. It's just a 7-day free trial. Link is in the description. Going to go a lot more into exercise demos this week and break this down a lot more today and the next day. So do your deadlifts. It's great, but think glute activation. You have to think glute activation. Glute activation. Glute activation. Trust me. If you don't know, I'm telling you, if you don't know what, if this is the first time you've ever heard of glute activation, you need to join my family, because you're in for a world of knowledge and success. Because once you start activating your glutes properly, it's going to change all the exercise you do. It's going to change the results you get from all these exercises. It's going to decrease your pain. It is one of the first steps you need in correcting your physique and changing your aesthetic appearance, doing these compound exercises. Just going to the gym and doing squats and doing lunges. I mean, hell, how many people do lunges and feel it more in their hamstrings and their butt? Or do squats and feel it more in their lower back or their quads? If you're not feeling your glutes doing deadlifts, doing lunges, doing squats, then you're doing it wrong. It's all glutes. And if you're not feeling your glutes, you need to find out why. So peace McGeese, deuce Magoose. Love you all. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 368 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular podcast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Thank you for joining me live, 12 noon Eastern time, right here on Facebook, watching on YouTube, and listening to the podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes. I'll see you all in premium later today. Peace McGeese, deuce Magoose. Tomorrow, 369 of the Daily Swole. Later, fam.